In August 1971, 18 male college students enrolled in an experiment to study the psychological effects of prison life. 9 participants were randomly assigned to act as prisoners, and the other 9 were assigned to act as guards. The study took place in the basement of the psychology department at Stanford University. Dr. Philip Zimbardo led the research team of this study, which later got widespread attention as the Stanford Prison Experiment. Dr. Zimbardo would later state this about his study: "I had been conducting research for some years on de-individuation, vandalism and dehumanization, that illustrated the ease with which ordinary people could be led to engage in anti-social acts, by putting them in situations where they felt anonymous, or they could perceive of others in ways that made them less than human, as enemies or objects. The prisoners were placed in mock jails, given numbers as identities to de-individualize them, and given uncomfortable women's clothes to wear. The guards were given uniforms, wooden batons, and sunglasses to give them a sense of anonymity. The guards were instructed to treat the prisoners with authority and firmness. What followed was a painful revelation of how human nature changes to fit into their assigned roles and power structures. The guards, who were otherwise normal regular people until that point, began abusing their prisoners. They interrupted their prisoners' sleep, punished rebellion with fire extinguishers, blocked prisoners' access to bathrooms, and forced them to use buckets in their prison cells to relieve themselves. The experiment, which was originally designed to last 2 weeks, was ended on the 6th day, because of the escalating cruelty and inhuman conditions that were arising. In some ways, the Stanford Prison Experiment, and other similar studies, illustrate how fickle we are with our morality. Nazi guards, Abu Ghraib soldiers, and countless other people in positions of anonymous power who abuse people, are very likely decent people in other situations. Anonymity and unregulated power are a bad combination. Which also explains why generally kind people can suddenly become cruel and vicious in the anonymity of social media conversations. It takes awareness and courage to stand up to the temptations to be cruel when power and protection from retribution are offered. What would you do with power and lack of consequence for actions? Would you use it to hurt or to heal? Would you become part of the status quo or the lone voice of reason and compassion?